morning.
Hey,
Good morning.
welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torpy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torpy.
And these are wonderful people that support us during the service today. Greg and Sheila Fawson and
Robin Hackett.
just had a brain. No, I won't say it.
No.
So let's get started with the prayer. So if you would just join me by closing your eyes and connecting to that innermost high place within you where God dwells. And as I do that, I realize that that is all that there is. The one power, the one present, one infinite good that is everywhere present, is in, through, and has its creation, but yet not bound by its creation. It is the creator of the universe and everything beyond. And I know it is one life. That life that is my life, that life that is Reverend Valerie's and Robin's and Greg and Sheila and all those who have tuned in today. That one life, perfect, whole, and complete. And so I bless this service, naming it good and very good, knowing that everyone that shows up gets exactly what they came to get. And they're inspired and uplifted. And as we connect to all the people in the world, that something magnificent takes place, that we move beyond the fear, beyond the anxiety, and beyond anything that we're carrying, and move into the glory and the upliftment of our own being. And that we're here necessarily for the world to bring the gifts that we've come to bring. So blessing this service, naming it good and very good.
Yes.
I give thanks. Thanks for all of life. Thanks for my life. Thanks for the life of our spiritual center and all those who are part of it.
Yes.
And in this heartfelt gratitude, knowing that the word is complete and now fulfilling itself, I release, I let go, I let God, and I allow it to be. And so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
Ashe, and so it is.
Yes.
Woohoo.
Robin,
All right.
you're on.
We're going to go backstage.
Okay.
I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Yes, I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. Yes, I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord, and I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. I will make a quiet I will make a quiet place.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I muted us.
Ah, now I hear.
And I give you all those accolades, and you didn't hear one of them.
Well, yeah, it's done now.
I was just saying that was so beautiful, and it took me to a quiet place, and that's a good way to start this
It
service.
is.
I appreciate it. Is that one of your? Did you write that?
No, I think Michael Gott wrote that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes.
he's a good songwriter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll be back to you in a few minutes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So it's time for announcements. So like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro. And please do check out our website at cslnorthmetro.org. Go to contact us to add yourself to the weekly mailing list. Well, sometimes it's more than that. We let you know what activities we're doing and what's going on. We also send out the links for this broadcast so that you'll have them right there and you can just click on them. We also have prayer requests on the website, so you can just go right out there and put your prayer requests. We'll get it and we'll start praying. And also the affirmations and the affirmative treatment that our friend Stephen Anthony writes are also on the website, and previous previous services on the website also, as well as previous prayers and affirmations. So it's really, really nice place to go for just a little upliftment if you need it during the day.
I have a blog.
Oh yeah, tell about that.
I have a blog.
And it's out there on the website too. There's a lot of really good articles. Reverend Michael's a really good writer. So we have a discussion group on Fridays at 1. You'll find the information and the contact on the website. Today's title is I Can Move a Mountain. Our guest artist you already heard from and met, Robin Hackett. And the reading today is from the Science of Living in class with Emmett Fox. Okay. Affirmations. We forgot to ask, are you guys reading them? I guess we are.
We're doing it. No, we are.
We can do it too.
We're not. They can. Okay.
Affirmations for the week of August 9th.
2020.
I exist in the infinite and everything is possible. My life is exactly as it's supposed to be in this moment. I live gracefully in the natural flow of life. My intention is to expand Spirit's vision of my life. Clarity and guidance are always present in my mind and heart. Each and every day of my life is filled with beautiful blessings. And so it is.
So
it is. Thank you. Thank you.
Very well done.
And today's reading is from The Science of Living in class with Emmett Fox. As I think you know, this teaching deals with the whole of life, with existence as it is, and it is something much more than psychology. In order to get a right view about life, the first thing is to realize what you are yourself. You must know what you are, not merely what you think you are. You must know that God is, and you must know what the universe around you is. These are the three things. In order to understand yourself, you have to understand what God is. Nobody supposes for a moment that finite people can get a full comprehension of God, but we can get quite a good working knowledge of God, and you cannot know the truth about yourself unless you have the right idea about God. And you cannot have the correct idea about God and yourself unless you know what the world about you is. These are 3 in 1 and 1 in 3. These are not 3 people. There is only one person. But at first, we seem to have 3 things. The body that you see is physical. And you know perfectly well that it is not the real you. Probably no one on earth who looks into the mirror would say, that is the real me. The third part St. Paul calls pneuma, the spirit. Pneuma is your real self, the real you. Each of us has this real self behind the psyche. It is the divine part of us. Call it your higher self, or your real self, or the divine spark, what you please. It is there, and it never gets ill, tired, or angry. It was never born. It has existed from all eternity, and it will never die. Mm. It is always in full communion with God. Mm. It is what people really refer to when they speak of the inner light. God always present within us.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Oh, we got another song coming from Robin.
Yay.
You ready, Robin?
I'm ready. I'm doing other people's songs today. That's always a good thing. That's fun.
Yeah.
So here's a song by Nina Simone. I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things I'd like to say. Say them loud, say them clear, for the whole wide world to hear. I wish I could share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the things that keep us apart. I wish you could know what it means to be me. Then you'd see and agree that every man and woman should be free. Yeah, yeah. I wish I could soar like a bird in the sky. How sweet it would be if I found I could fly. So to the song, then I'd look down on this scene. Then I'd sing 'cause I know, yeah. Then I'd sing 'cause I know. Well, I'd sing 'cause I know how it feels to be free. Then I'd sing 'cause I know, yeah. I'd sing 'cause I know. Well, I'd sing 'cause I know how it feels to be free. How it feels to be free. How it feels to be free. How it feels to be free.
Yeah.
Woo! That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, we're gonna do our little thing, and then we'll be back to you.
All right, I'll be here.
Okay, bye-bye. Here we are again.
Here we are.
And Jesus said, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to the mountain, move here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. I like to interpret this saying by Jesus as in metaphysical terms. And metaphysically, it means that the mountain is the mind chatter in our head, that which tries to defeat us, tries to tell us who we're not, tries to stop us from going and experiencing our ever good. It's not about the setbacks. It's not about the roadblocks. It's about the mind chatter. As long as I've been practicing these principles, and probably some of you out there, there's times when we have like little setbacks, and there's our faith kind of temporarily slips away, and that happens sometimes. But when we practice these principles, then we can always come out of it. I recently, on I want to share this with you because it's something recently that I've gone through that maybe my experience will help you look at something in your life. I've had back troubles most of my life, even when I was a kid, and it goes out of me sometimes. And just recently, it went out of me. And usually it takes a day or two to get over, but this time it's been sticking with me and sticking with me. And that brought me, because of the pain, I guess, brought me into this mind chatter. And the pain seemed insurmountable. And my brain started thinking, oh, is this what old age is? Am I going to be a horrible burden to Valerie? And just all these things were going through my mind. And I'd lay down to go to sleep. And that's when they would really go crazy. They just kept saying all this stuff. I was like, okay, I started doing mantras, and even the mantras wouldn't stop it. Nothing would stop it. And finally I went to sleep. And in the middle of the night, I wake up and I got this revelation. I am not my body. Mm-hmm. I am not my pain. I'm more than this. And life works itself out. The pneuma in me knows who I am. The pneuma in me can't not be hurt or endangered or destroyed. The pneuma me is the eternal me. And that seemed to release an energy that made me stronger and made me get back to who I really am, that I can go forward. I can live with whatever is going on in my body because I am more than my body.
I know for me, when I start concentrating on the pain, it gets way worse. Because, whatever we're thinking about, that's what expands. And so it's usually not my back, it's something else. But so that thing of, I'm in pain just makes it worse. And so that exercise of knowing who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what I've learned throughout life that I'm sure all of you have had times where you've had faith in something and it proved to be, your faith rewarded you with whatever the outcome was. And I know that in order to experience faith, we have to practice faith.
Yes.
Because faith in itself is a power, and it's a power that goes beyond even human comprehension, because it's so, well, speaking for myself, it's so strong in me that I can overcome anything. I can overcome the mountain thoughts in my head, that they don't have to have any kind of significance, that they're really nothing trying to become something. Mm-hmm. So I kind of got lost in my thought.
You want me to tell the story?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so when my oldest son was young, we used to read a little golden book called Mr. McMillican's Mountain. And we read that several times every night. And so I just, when Reverend Michael gave me the title of I Can Move a Mountain, the first thing I thought about was Mr. McMillican. So he had this wonderful little farm, and the only thing that just didn't make him happy is he couldn't see the sunset because that mountain was in the way of the sunset. And so you turn the page, and Mrs. McMillican really loves the mountain, and the chicken really loves the mountain, and the pig really loves the mountain, and the cow really loves the mountain. But Mr. McMillican wants to see that sunset, and so he decides to move that mountain. So he moved that mountain, and then things started not going very well on the farm because he realized that the shade that the mountain got, and the cow was eating the grass, and the chicken was eating the bugs, and I forget what the pig was doing. But anyway, the farm wasn't going so well without the mountain. And so Mr. McMillican realized that mountain, which he thought he really didn't like, was really a beneficial presence. And so he put that mountain back. And obviously that's a book, and he could do that. And it's just like Reverend Michael was saying, it's like we put up those things in our minds that, oh, I'd be happy if only, if I just didn't have this, or if I just did have this. And so that sweet little story that we read over and over and over was just an example of those things that we do in our mind. So are you ready to talk again? I thought you might be.
So I remember this exercise a practitioner gave me a long time ago when I was first matriculating through the classes. And she said, go into meditation and just ask the question, what is it I need to do? What is God's idea for me to do? And just keep every one of your meditations, keep doing that until something comes through. And then observe where your mind goes when it comes through. Does it start telling you can't do it? Does it start saying people think you're crazy? Does it start saying that, well, you're not talented enough to do that, or you're not educated enough to do that, or you're too smart to do that? Does it start going through these things? And then practice your prayer work and use your prayer work to see how you can change that energy. And whether you discover that you can do it or you can't do it, either way, you have where your spiritual work, the spiritual work that's needed to be done.
Right.
And what I discovered was that when my thoughts are thinking, oh, I can't do that, I'm not good enough, and all those random thoughts, what's happening is I'm having faith in a contrary way. I'm putting my faith into those words that are going through my head that really aren't true. Mm-hmm. So how often do you find yourself practicing contrary faith? How often do you allow that contrary faith to take over your mind and to take over your spirit and to take, well, it can't take over the pneuma you, because the pneuma you cannot be touched. I think for me that if we have faith in something, then, and we're told to take the action and we take the action, then we have faith in the action, then the faith in the action will prove out to be the truth of who we are. That makes sense?
It does.
Say
it again, though.
Let me just read it.
Okay.
Faith followed by action, backed by faith in that action, is a powerful course.
So it's really about the practice.
It's really about the practice. So we get a vision, or we get an idea, or something comes to us that we're told that we should do or we can do. Mm-hmm. And then we have faith that we can do it. Mm-hmm. And then we take the action that is necessary to do it. And we have faith in that action will bring us exactly what it is that we were called forth to experience. And any contrary thoughts that may come along cannot take over who and what you are. They cannot take the power that is within you to overcome anything in life. How many mountains are in your life right now? How many? Well, there's one big one that we're all experiencing.
We're all home.
And the world is being called forth to have faith together that we can get beyond this. Faith in God, faith in ourselves, faith in humanity, that basically humanity is good. That basically we're all loving people. We're all wanting the same thing. We're wanting love. We're wanting to live our lives. We're wanting to experience the experiences we're having without conflict, without worry. We're wanting shelter. We're wanting all the same things. So right now in this world, our faith is being called upon, joining up with all over the planet with the same faith that we can overcome this time. We can become something better than we've ever known. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So when you were talking about that thing that you're called to do and stepping out in faith and doing it, there's a recognizing when it was something I'm called from that higher self to do and something that my brain has decided that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are times when we think we have to do this thing. And I'm thinking about a specific thing that one of my family members did one time. And he just kept coming up against all these obstacles. And so he would push through that obstacle and push through this obstacle and push through that obstacle. And I wasn't in religious science yet then, but I thought, when there are that many obstacles, maybe it's time to go back to the original plan and revisit that and determine, is this really a higher calling than I'm meant to do? Or is this something that my physical self wants to push through? And so I think it reminds me that when I started reading the books by Esther Hicks, and she talks about the boat, that song goes, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. And then she says, and I love this, there's nothing upstream that you won't. And so there's a recognition when, yes, this is spirit calling me to do this, like, and this is my ego wanting this. And so just, when there are challenges when you're doing a thing, that does not mean it's not your thing to do. It just is, when there are challenge after challenge after challenge, it might be time to go back, meditate, be with it, pray a little while, and realize, is this really the thing I'm calling to do? Or is this a thing that my ego is wanting? Did that make sense?
Yeah.
So I kind of lost where I was. So where I went with this is, we're not just the expression of God. We're having the experience. God is having the experience of us as God, as we're doing the things that we're doing. And so as we begin to evolve, and as we begin to realize that there's a oneness there, there's not, I can't remember where I read it, but I've had this thought myself a lot, that people kind of made God into this vindictive Santa Claus that is keeping this list and checking it twice, and we're going to decide whether we're going here or we're going there. And we're always, always, always held in love as we go through the things that we're going through, and as you're going through the pain that you're going through and all the things, at the point that you recognize, oh, I'm not this body, I'm more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Then that allowed you to face it, to deal with it in a different way, and think about it in a different way, and be in a different place with it, right?
Right. And here I am, same pain, going through the same pain, on a muscle relaxant. So maybe my brain isn't working a little too clear right now, but my spirit is alive.
Yes.
My spirit is ready to live this day and deal with the pain in order, let it do its thing, but I'm going to continue to do my thing. Having faith that the indwelling God within me will take care of me in every moment, and that I'm always more than anything that's going on in my life, always. And those contrary thoughts have gone away. I'm feeling good about this day. I'm feeling good about myself, although I'm a little woozy, and I don't know if my message is as clear as it should be, but the message I want to really convey is having faith in who you really are is the most important thing that any of us can do, that we are children of God, that this body isn't made in God's likeness and image. Who I am is, and that's eternal. Mm-hmm. Like the reading said, I have always been and I always will be, regardless of what's going on in my life right at the moment.
Or in your body.
Or in my body.
Right. What our physical experiences are.
Right.
So when we first talked about this title, I started thinking about the numinous and the numinous experience. And I know I've talked about that a bit. And so I looked up in one of my class books, the numinous experience, and they called it awe and wonder, the presence of a transcendent God. It's holy and powerful, and it helps us understand the spirituality of the different religions. And basically, it talks about we are the experience of God. So that's a really big thing. We are the experience of God. And so when we have a numinous experience, as a person in one of my classes was talking about that, he talked about when we read things in the Bible and in other texts, we're really reading about somebody else's numinous experiences, and that we have the ability to have our own, and that we do have our own, and that those are as important to us, if not more important to us, than somebody else's experiences. And so if we think back, so just like take a minute and think about just a really, really strong experience that you had that helped you realize, oh, I'm on the right path, or I'm doing the right thing. Or I can remember one time when I was sitting and meditating, and just for a flash, I had this experience of the creation of the world and all of it, all in like one instance. It's all just happening, and I'm one with all of the things that's happening. And it was a place I just really wanted to stay, but it was minuscule. It didn't last forever. And that experience has just really, really, really stayed with me. So when I'm thinking, I can't do this, or I can't be that, or I just remember that experience of really understanding what it's like to be one with everything. And all of it happening all at the same time, and just how amazing that is.
And just remember, any time that faith has brought you through something, that just the power of faith bringing you through something. I remember I was walking my dog. I was living in Brentwood, California, and I was walking my dog, and I saw this little pamphlet lying on the ground, so I picked it up, and it was by a Maharishi or a yoga or something. And I started reading it, and something in me shifted. It was powerful. And it was, the reading was about becoming a vegetarian. Now, I'm not preaching everybody should become a vegetarian. This is my own experience and why I became a vegetarian. But the words that were on this pamphlet hit me at the deepest place of my soul, my new myself. And I knew that I was going to have to become a vegetarian. Well, my former wife and I were both Midwestern people, and we're meat and potato people. And I figured, if I can't convince her to do this, I will not be able to do it, because if I smell a steak cooking, there's no way that I'd be able not to eat it. So we had this friend who was from India, and she was a costumer for the movies and TV and stuff. And we had started a business, a kids dance studio, and we had started it late in the season, so we were too late to order costumes for the kids' recital. So this beautiful woman said, "I'll do your costumes for you." And she said, "But you have to come hear this man talk." And we said, "Okay, we can do that. That's a fair exchange." So we went to see him talk, and his name was Robbins. I forget his first name. He was to inherit Baskin and Robbins. He was the son of one of the big wigs at Baskin and Robbins. And he talked about vegetarianism, and he talked about the spiritual factors about it, what they do to animals. And my former wife was an animal lover, and she decided that she really got mad at me and the woman, because she didn't want to be a vegetarian, but she ended up being a vegetarian. And I don't know what this has to do with faith, but I had faith in the process. Something within me just had so much faith that everything would turn out all right, that she would be okay, I would be okay. And so going further on down the line, I went to Sedona about a year after this took place. And people have been telling me I got to eat something. I got to eat at least fish because you need protein. You need protein. And I said, okay, I'll think about it. So I'm meditating in the stream in the middle of nowhere. And as I'm meditating, these fish were rubbing against my body. I could just feel it. All these fish just rubbing against my body. And I could feel their lips touching my legs. And it was so clear to me in that moment that they were telling me I did the right thing, that being the vegetarian was necessary for my life, was necessary for my spiritual journey. And again, I don't know what that has to do with faith. I guess it was a story that needed to be told.
Oh, I think it has to do with getting that intention and realizing, wow, that's mine to do. It's kind of like, it's kind of like when I'm in practitioner training, everybody starts talking about when you're going to start ministerial school. And it's like, and it took a while before, and a few gentle tugs and not some gentle ones, to realize that really was my calling. And what's really interesting about that is I had friends from before I found religious science and started being a practitioner. Nobody was surprised. I was surprised, but nobody else was surprised. And so we have these things that we're just called to do, whether it's, we each have our own individual path. And so we're each called to do different things. And so the one thing that you're called to do, and this thing we were called to do together. And I was thinking about that when I was talking about the decision to push and do something that ended up failing. And then I was called to start the center way before I ended up doing it, or we ended up doing it. I had the space picked out. I didn't have the name picked out yet, but I knew the demographics. I knew where we had to look for our home because I wanted to live where our center was. I just knew we were going to open it. And then we had some challenges, and so it didn't happen as quickly as we thought. And then I probably told you all this, but we're sitting at Reverend Julie's church in Castle Rock, and Spirit just whacked me in the head and said, "It's time." And it was. And so then we just did the process and did all the things we needed to do. And here we are. And then we were guided by our wonderful friend, Anthony Pritchard, that we met at the convention, who said, "I want to help you grow." And guess what he did? Before any of us knew anything about a pandemic and that we'd be doing service this way, taught us how to get on StreamYard, taught Greg and Sheila how to run it, taught us how to do the on live on Facebook and on YouTube, and how to do all the other stuff that he taught us how to do, that we needed to do in order to continue doing this thing that we call the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro during this time. And we're discovering, my son said it this way. He said, you just went from being a small local center in your home to being global. And so we don't actually ever know exactly how many people we reached, but we know, absolutely know, we're here doing the thing we're supposed to be doing right now.
So it's important for us to remember that through all these situations that we have gone through individually, and we went through as a couple in co-creating this spiritual center, that faith is what brought us through it every time. That the mountain was the only mountain that ever got in our way is when we started doubting and we started having these thoughts that we can't do it, or it's too hard, or why are we doing this? Why are we going through all this work to do this? All those thoughts were the mountain. And we were able to move that mountain out of the way and do what we were being called to do. And once you step into faith, and you really step into it, because you know when you step into it, because those thoughts go away. It's amazing how they just go away, because you're having faith in God and yourself, and the process and the vision that was given to you, and we're able to carry on.
And the other thing that happens is the right people come at the right time with the right thing.
Right.
Like, we have been so guided along the way. We wouldn't be doing this without Greg and Sheila running things. We wouldn't be doing this without all of the people that are part of Centers for Spiritual Living North Metro hanging in there with us and doing the Zoom meetings afterwards and being willing to do our spiritual living circle and all those other things on Zoom, as opposed to sitting in our living room where it was really a lot more comfortable. And then we got to get up afterwards and all have snacks together. And so we're missing a lot of that togetherness. And every single one of our members and the people that are part of our center have hung in there with us to go through this thing with us together. And we're all so grateful that we have this opportunity to do things this way so that we can stay in contact with each other and we can not only survive as a center, but actually grow and thrive as a center while we're going through this thing. Because I think the message that Science of Mind has to offer is really, really important at this time. Well, all the time, but especially now.
Yeah. And through all the trials and tribulations in your life, faith, what is that saying? There's three things: faith, hope, and love.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And love being the greatest, but faith being the stepping stone to hope and to love. That if I have faith in life, if I have faith in my path, my spiritual journey, which started with that pamphlet on the street walking my dog, if I have faith that I'm always being guided and directed and my life is perfectly unfolding no matter what it looks like, then I can do away with that mountain of doubtful thoughts. I can do away with any contrary thinking, that my faith is in the positive thoughts in my mind. My faith is in my life. My faith is in our relationship. My faith is in our spiritual center. My faith is in humanity. My faith is that the world will work this all out and it'll all be okay because we're all okay. That's where my faith is. And we can all join together and hold that same thought.
Yes. And I keep thinking of that quote from our Psalms where he talks about being for something and against nothing. Mm-hmm. And so this is being in that place where we trust that we are one with that infinite intelligence and one with each other and one with everything that's on this planet and the stars and that. We're so much more than we think we are most of the time. I mean, I get glimpses. Then I have those human moments where I'm like, but I do, don't I? And
I'm not going to say anything.
No, it's not safe. Anyway, so just realizing the truth of your being, your oneness with God, who you are, how you are. It's just all there is. It's the time to pray.
Okay.
You want to start?
You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying through this interesting talk that we gave today. And join me in giving thanks to the one infinite and eternal life force that is present right here, right now, and always has been, always will be. The source of life, the source of joy and freedom and power and clarity, the source of love and beauty and inspiration and upliftment and creativity, the source of everything that is and so much more than I can imagine. The one life, the only life, that life that is my life, life is Reverend Valerie's life, and that life that is every single living being on this planet and beyond. And so knowing that as we move into this next week of our life, that each one of us are guided and directed into that which we're being called to do, that which we're being called to be, and that each and every one of us are moved by grace from one joyful moment to the next. And the creative part of us comes alive and brings into being everything we need, everything that we're guided to do, and our lives are uplifted and blessed. I know that for each individual listening in and observing this service, right where you are, God is in its entirety. I surround you with light and love, knowing the highest and best good for your life, knowing that as you step into your power, into the glory of who and what you are, that all mountains are moved out of the way on your journey to joyful bliss. And I pass to Valerie.
Thank you. So as we're each surrounded in that life and in that love and in that power and in that present, let's surround the neighborhood that we live in with light. And then surround our city with light. And then surround our county and our state with light, or our country, depending on where you are in the world. And then let's surround our country, the United States, with light and love, and divine healing, and divine wisdom, and divine knowing. And then let's go out and surround the planet with light and with love and with peace and with harmony and with abundance and prosperity, and with kindness and love toward each other, and with enough for every person. And just absolutely see that already done. It's already done in the mind of God. We're already there. We just get the opportunity to expand our awareness of who we are, why we're here. And we are here for a reason at this time. And I bless each one of us for saying yes to this experience. And so I just surround each of us and our planet and the solar system and out with light and with love, and know that that is the truth of our being. That love is the truth of our being. That oneness is the truth of our being. And so I'm so grateful to know that this is done in the mind of God. Grateful to know that because each one of us said yes, we are creating that world that works for everyone, that place of light, that place of love, that place of peace. And so I'm so grateful to know this is done in the mind of God, that it is manifesting into form right now. And absolutely knowing it is done, knowing it is coming into form. I release this word into the spirit of love. I release this word into the action of the law, accepting and expecting its manifestation into form. And so I simply let it go and allow it to be. And together we say, and so it is. Ashe and amen. And woohoo. Woohoo.
Never double do.
Yes. Okay.
And Robin Hackett.
Yay.
Got a special song for us?
I do.
All right. Can't wait to hear it.
I am light. I am light. And I am light. I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am and I am light. I am light. I am not mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of a dream I left behind. I am light. I am light. And I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I'm not my race. My soul inside is all light. I am light. And I am light. I am light. Yes, I am light. I am light. I am divinity divine. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. My soul inside is all light. All light. And I am light. I am light. Oh.
Wow.
That was breathtaking.
That
my
was
God.
so perfect.
They are. Turned out to be perfect. Yeah.
You come up with the best song. Do you know who wrote that one?
That is India Ari.
Oh, wow.
That was beautiful. That was so lovely. We just love you so much.
Oh, thank you. I love you guys too. Thank you.
You bring so much light and love to the
do.
world.
Thank you.
All right, we got some business to do, and then we'll come back for your final song.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so it's that giving time. And so you can give on our website, cslnorthmetro.org. And you can also pay with Venmo if that's what you use. You can either go to Venmo at CSL North Metro, or you can use the QR code when it comes up. And so I'm putting in the checks that we got this week, and I'm also putting in all of the donations that we got online this week. And so we're going to take this opportunity to bless all of the gifts and tell you each how grateful we are that you're supporting us so we can continue to do this thing called the Center of Spiritual Living North Metro. And hopefully joining us on Sundays is adding a little light to your lives too. It certainly adds light to ours. So Thank you so much.
So just repeat after me. We give thanks to His Holy Spirit.
We give thanks to the Holy Spirit
for all the good that's in our life.
For all the good that's in our life.
We give out these gifts back.
We give out these gifts back.
Knowing that they bless the world and everybody that inhabits it.
Knowing that they bless the world and everyone who inhabits it.
For this and so much more.
For this and so much more.
We give eternal gratitude.
We give eternal gratitude.
By letting it be.
By letting it be.
And so
and
it is.
so it is.
So it is.
So it is. And now we get to see Robin again, right?
Yep.
Yay!
Just a little prayer to go take you through the day and through the rest of the week. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others, let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the sky and climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. May you grow on to be righteous. May you grow on to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change do shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young. Forever
That's going to be my theme song this week.
Yeah, that was so beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have the final thing you got to say?
Now we should benedict out.
Okay. Okay, so why don't you do it?
So just giving thanks for this opportunity to just express the oneness, the allness, the isness that is each one of our beings. Giving thanks for this day, for this service, for everyone who helped us put this service together, for everyone who's watching it, for everyone who looks at it later, for everyone everywhere. I just send this blessing, send this love, send this peace, send this light out into the world. And absolutely knowing it is done in the mind of God, I simply say, so it is.
So
it is.
Amen.
Peace and blessings.
Have a good week, everyone.
Thanks, Robin. We'll see you in a month.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Greg and Sheila.
You're welcome.
Join us on Zoom.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. We're doing Zoom right afterwards.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
And link is in the comments.
Yes.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.